Have you ever done everything right,
Perfect.
choosing the healthy smoothie, skipping the pastry, drinking that extra glass of water, and
Okay.
still wondered why your health numbers keep slipping? You're not alone. Millions of people over 50 wake up every morning believing they're making smart, life-extending choices, when in reality, some of those choices are quietly corroding the very organs keeping them alive, especially your kidneys, the silent filters of your entire body. Here's the terrifying truth. No one talks about the same morning drinks marketed as heart-healthy, detoxifying, or energizing could be accelerating protein leakage from your kidneys, a warning sign that often appears years before kidney failure is ever diagnosed. And once that damage begins, there's no quick fix, no magic detox, no reset button. But here's the hope, and it's the reason you must stay with me until the end. Because today we're not just exposing the hidden saboteurs sitting on your breakfast table. We're uncovering the 3 simple morning drinks scientifically proven to calm inflammation, lower protein leakage, and strengthen your kidneys from the inside out. I'm Dr. Johnny, and in the next few minutes, I'll show you what to stop drinking immediately and what to start instead if you want to protect your kidneys, your energy, and your future. Because sometimes saving your kidneys doesn't begin in a hospital. It begins with the first sip you take each morning. Let's start with the drink most people swear by, the healthy smoothie. You see it everywhere: bright colors, tropical fruits, labels screaming 100% natural and no added sugar. It feels like the easiest promise you can make to yourself each morning. But what if that promise is quietly betraying you? Imagine this: a man in his 60s committed to living clean. Every morning he grabs a store-bought smoothie on his way to work, believing he's fueling his body with vitamins and fiber. But beneath that glossy label is something far less innocent: a sugar bomb disguised as health food. One single bottle can load his system with 50 to 70 grams of sugar, equal to nearly 2 cans of Coca-Cola. And when that sugar rush hits his bloodstream, his pancreas fires out a surge of insulin, forcing his kidneys to process the excess glucose like a toxic spill. Now here's where it gets worse. Because it's liquid, his body doesn't feel full. No chewing, no fiber, no satiety hormones telling the brain you've had enough. Within an hour, he's hungry again, and his blood sugar has already crashed. That crash sends another signal to eat more, starting a vicious loop that spikes insulin, inflames blood vessels, and silently wears down the kidney's filtering units, the glomeruli. Clinical nutrition studies show that liquid calories don't register the same satiety response as solid foods. 2 whole apples eaten slowly release sugar over 2 to 3 hours, but the same apples blended into a smoothie flood your blood within 15 to 30 minutes. For a senior managing proteinuria or borderline kidney function, that's a metabolic roller coaster the body can't afford to ride. So what's the fix? Control the smoothie, don't let it control you. Make it yourself. Use real fruit instead of juice. Concentrates add spinach or cucumber for volume, and include a healthy protein like Greek yogurt or chia seeds to slow absorption. In your own kitchen, you can turn a sugar trap into a healing ritual. But knowing this alone isn't enough, because there's another drink many seniors trust even more, one that can hijack your heart rhythm before you even realize what's happening. And it's sitting right next to the water bottle in almost every store. Stay with me, this next one is far more dangerous. If the smoothie was a silent sugar trap, then energy and sports drinks are its louder, more dangerous cousins. They sit proudly on the same shelf, flashy labels, lightning bolts, promises of focus power and hydration. But behind those promises hides something far more deceptive. One drains your heart, the other deceives your kidneys. Let me paint the picture. Imagine waking up tired, stiff, maybe a little foggy. You reach for a can of that so-called energy booster, hoping it'll jumpstart your day. Within minutes, you feel sharper, but beneath that burst of alertness, your heart is racing. What you just swallowed wasn't energy. It was chemical acceleration. A single can can pack 200 to 400 milligrams of caffeine, often stacked with taurine guarana and ginseng, a stimulant cocktail that forces your heart to beat faster and harder than it should. For a healthy 20-year-old, that's risky. For someone managing proteinuria, it can be catastrophic. Studies from cardiovascular journals confirm it. Just one large energy drink can prolong your QTC interval, the electrical rhythm that keeps your heart beating safely. Prolong it too much and you're playing Russian roulette with arrhythmia, even cardiac arrest. Add dehydration or high blood pressure, both common in seniors, and you've got a perfect storm for kidney stress. Remember, your kidneys rely on steady blood flow to filter waste. When your heart rhythm goes haywire, your filtration system suffers too. Now, what about the healthier sibling sports drinks? They may not jolt your heart, but they overload your system in another way. Designed for athletes drenched in sweat after hours of training, most bottles contain 30 to 40 grams of added sugar and 150 to 200 calories. If you're just sitting at your desk or heading to the garden, that sugar rush doesn't replenish it, overwhelms. For seniors with insulin resistance or protein leakage, that's like pouring syrup over a straining filter. So here's the truth. Real energy isn't borrowed from a can. It's built from within. If you need a morning boost, hydrate with mineral water or herbal tea and rebuild your stamina through sleep movement and balanced nutrition. True power isn't the rush that spikes your heart, it's the calm endurance that protects it. But only avoiding stimulants isn't enough, because the next healthy drink has a split personality. One side heals blood pressure, the other quietly builds kidney stones. And most people never see it coming. Now, not every drink that carries the label natural is automatically safe, and beetroot juice is the perfect example of that bittersweet truth. For some, it's a miracle tonic. For others, it's a kidney trap waiting to happen. Picture two people in their late 60s. John and Mary both decided to get serious about their health. John has high blood pressure. Mary, a history of kidney stones. Every morning they share the same ritual, a glass of deep red beet juice they believe is cleansing their blood and protecting their hearts. Within weeks, John's blood pressure readings drop beautifully. He feels lighter, clearer, more in control. But Mary, her lower back starts to ache again. By the third month she's back at her doctor's office, the scan reveals fresh calcium oxalate stones forming in both kidneys. Science explains why their results diverge so sharply. Beetroot is packed with natural nitrates, which the body converts into nitric oxide, relaxing blood vessels and improving circulation, fantastic for someone like John. Yet the same juice is loaded with oxalates, 150 to 175 milligrams per 8 ounces, more than 3 times the safe daily limit for anyone prone to stones. And with roughly 450 milligrams of potassium per serving, it can also push already stressed kidneys into overload, especially when protein leakage or reduced filtration is present. In short, one man's medicine becomes another woman's poison. That's why healthy is never one size fits all. It's always about your unique biology. If you love beets, don't panic, you can still enjoy them safely. Roast or boil small portions instead of juicing. Limit them to 2 or 3 servings per week and balance your diet with calcium-rich greens that bind oxalate in the gut before it ever reaches your kidneys. And of course, always talk with your doctor before adding any high oxalate food to a renal support plan. Beetroot juice reminds us of a crucial lesson: context changes everything. What heals one organ can quietly harm another. But understanding this still isn't enough, because the next so-called superfood drink wears the warm disguise of tradition, comfort, and healing, yet hides a sodium and potassium bomb that can sabotage your kidneys from the inside out. You'll want to hear this. It might be the biggest shock yet. There's something deeply human about a cup of warm bone broth. It's nostalgic, the kind of comfort that feels like medicine from your grandmother's kitchen. You sip it thinking you're doing something healing, ancient, and pure. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Sometimes tradition needs a reality check. Let's break the illusion. Most of the collagen you hear about, that beauty for your skin and joints promise, doesn't actually reach your joints or your skin in one piece. When you drink bone broth, your body simply breaks that collagen into the same amino acids it would get from any other protein. There's no VIP delivery system carrying it straight to your knees or wrinkles. And the rich minerals claim that's another marketing ghost. Even decades of analysis, from early research in the 1930s to modern USDA data, show that 1 cup of broth provides barely 9 to 19 milligrams of calcium compared to 300 milligrams in a single cup of milk. But here's where the danger quietly slips in the sodium and potassium load. Commercial bone broths can contain 400 to 900 milligrams of sodium per cup, nearly half of the daily limit for anyone with kidney or blood pressure issues. Add to that 400 to 600 milligrams of potassium, and suddenly that comforting cup becomes a pressure cooker for your kidneys. For someone already dealing with protein leakage, This sodium-potassium combo spikes, blood pressure increases fluid retention, and strains the delicate filters, the glomeruli that keep waste out of your bloodstream. So if you truly love that soothing warmth, make it safe. Prepare it at home using fresh bones and herbs, and most importantly, skip the salt. Simmer it gently, discard the first boil, and flavor it with lemon, garlic, or parsley instead. That way you can keep the comfort without the cost. Because bone broth isn't evil, it's misunderstood. What hurts you isn't the tradition itself, but the industrial shortcuts that turned a healing ritual into a hidden threat. Yet even knowing this, you still haven't seen the full picture. Because avoiding bad drinks alone won't protect your kidneys. Real healing begins when you learn what to replace them with the drinks that truly reverse the damage and calm inflammation from within. And the first of these healing heroes might already be sitting in your kitchen. It's simple, green, and far more powerful than most people realize. After everything we've just exposed, it's easy to feel discouraged, as if every drink is out to betray you. But not all hope is lost. In fact, one of the simplest, most ancient drinks on earth may also be your kidney's quiet protector. That hero is green tea. Unlike coffee, green tea doesn't crash into your system like a tidal wave of caffeine. It wakes you up gently, offering a calm, steady alertness, what scientists call relaxed focus. That's the magic combination of caffeine and L-theanine, a natural amino acid that sharpens your mind without the jitters. But its real power goes deeper than energy. It's microscopic. Inside every cup is a molecule called EGCG, epigallocatechin, galate, one of the most potent antioxidants ever discovered in plants. Think of EGCG as your cellular bodyguard, neutralizing the rogue free radicals that silently damage kidney tissues. But that's only the beginning. It also activates your body's own defense system, the NRF2 pathway, like flipping a master switch that tells your cells, protect, repair, and renew. Clinical research backs it up. A 2016 landmark human study followed diabetic patients already showing signs of kidney damage. For 12 weeks, they added 800 milligrams of EGCG daily, and the results were stunning. Their protein leakage dropped by 41%, while the control group actually got worse. Nearly 1 in 5 participants even moved from severe to mild kidney damage categories, something doctors rarely see without medication changes. So how can you use this to your advantage? Start small, 1 to 2 cups of green tea daily, ideally brewed at around 175 degrees, 80 degrees or Marsa, to preserve EGCG. Gradually build up to 3 cups if tolerated. Skip the sugar and squeeze in a hint of lemon. Instead, it boosts antioxidant absorption. Over time, this humble ritual can become your morning shield, calming inflammation, balancing blood pressure, and defending your filtration units with every sip. The best part, you'll feel it not as a sudden buzz, but as steady clarity and calm. Green tea isn't just a drink. It's a conversation between your mind, your metabolism, and your kidneys. But remember, even nature's strongest protector doesn't work alone. Because the next drink we're about to reveal doesn't just protect, it rebuilds. It strengthens your gut, balances your immune system, and even communicates directly with your kidneys through an invisible biological highway. And once you understand how it works, you'll never look at good bacteria the same way again. If green tea is the guardian of your kidneys, then Kefir is their quiet communicator, the bridge between your gut and your renal health. It's not just another probiotic trend. It's a living ecosystem in a glass, a microscopic orchestra that speaks your body's healing language. Most people think of yogurt when they hear the word probiotic. But here's the difference. If yogurt is a single instrument, Kefir is an entire symphony. While a good yogurt might contain 4 or 5 strains of bacteria, Kefir contains over 50 to 60 strains of both bacteria and beneficial yeasts, all coexisting in perfect harmony. Every sip delivers trillions of living organisms working together to restore balance from the inside out. Imagine this, these microbes don't just stop in your stomach, they travel, signaling through what scientists now call the gut-kidney axis. It's a two-way communication line between your intestines and your kidneys, where a healthy gut microbiome can literally lower the inflammation burden on your kidneys. That's not alternative theory, that's modern microbiology. In one groundbreaking study from Singapore, researchers isolated 158 distinct microbial strains from just a few Kefir grains, a microbial universe so diverse it's almost impossible to replicate synthetically. And here's where it gets fascinating during fermentation. These microbes produce bioactive peptides that act as natural ACE inhibitors, mimicking some of the world's most prescribed blood pressure medications, but without the side effects. These peptides relax, blood vessels improve circulation, and reduce the very pressure that pushes protein through the kidney filters. For anyone managing proteinuria, this is revolutionary. You're not just feeding your gut, you're empowering your kidneys to heal indirectly. Here's how to use it wisely. Start slow. 2 to 4 tablespoons of plain, unsweetened kefir each morning. No sugar, no flavors, just the pure culture. As your digestion adapts, increase to half a cup. Blend it with a handful of low oxalate berries, like blueberries if you prefer something smoother. Drink it at the same time every morning to help your microbiome build rhythm. Within a few weeks, many people notice more stable energy, reduced bloating, and even improved morning clarity. Subtle, but real signs your gut-kidney connection is strengthening. Because healing the kidneys doesn't always mean attacking the kidneys directly. Sometimes it starts by healing the environment that supports them. But as powerful as kefir is, we're still missing one last piece of this puzzle, the simplest, most ancient drink of all. It doesn't come from a bottle or a lab. It comes from the earth itself. And what it does inside your body may be the closest thing we have to a natural detox system for your kidneys. Stay with me, because this final drink might just redefine what clean really means. Sometimes the most powerful solutions don't come from modern science at all. They come from wisdom so old we almost forgot it. Barley water is one of those hidden treasures. It's simple, humble, even overlooked yet. For thousands of years, this golden drink has quietly supported human health in ways we're only now beginning to understand. In ancient Greece, philosophers drank a barley-based elixir called kykeon, believing it helped them think more clearly and live longer. They had no idea why, but now we do. The secret lies in a nutrient called beta-glucan, a special kind of soluble fiber that acts like a biological sponge inside your body. As it moves through your gut, it forms a gentle gel that traps cholesterol and ushers it out through digestion. But that's just the beginning. Here's where barley water becomes a silent hero for your kidneys. Beta-glucan doesn't just lower cholesterol, it also binds and removes uremic toxins, the harmful compounds that build up in the blood when kidneys can't filter properly. These toxins, things like indoxyl sulfate and picrosol, are created by harmful gut bacteria breaking down protein. When your kidneys are healthy, they're filtered out. But when kidney function declines, these toxins loop back into your system, creating a vicious cycle of inflammation and damage. Multiple modern studies now show that regularly drinking barley water can reduce these circulating uremic toxins, effectively breaking that cycle and giving your kidneys a breather. It also helps balance blood sugar, calm inflammation, and even support gentle weight loss, all factors that protect your renal health long-term. Here's how to make it right at home. Rinse 1 cup of pearl barley, simmer it gently in 4 cups of water for about 45 minutes until the grains turn soft, then strain and keep the liquid. Add a squeeze of fresh lemon for taste and a boost of vitamin C. Drink 4 to 8 ounces about 20 minutes before breakfast. That timing helps your gut absorb the beta-glucan properly and prevents morning blood sugar spikes. Store it in the fridge for up to 5 days and sip it like a quiet morning ritual instead of another chore. With each glass, you're not just hydrating, you're healing. You're telling your kidneys, I've got your back. Because sometimes real cleansing doesn't come from flashy detox teas or miracle juices. It comes from ancient grains and steady habits that work in harmony with your body, not against it. And that brings us to a powerful realization that the first drink you choose each morning isn't just about taste or tradition. It's a decision that shapes your long-term kidney health, your energy, and your quality of life. Stay with me, because in the final part of this video, I'll show you how to turn these discoveries into one simple morning ritual that could transform the way your kidneys age. So now you know protecting your kidneys doesn't start in a hospital. It starts with the very first sip you take each morning. Every small choice matters. Whether it's replacing a sugar-filled smoothie with a cup of green tea, adding a little homemade barley water, or starting your day with a spoonful of kefir, each of these steps sends a message to your body: I choose to heal. Don't underestimate the power of that decision. Healing isn't always about dramatic changes. It's about quiet consistency, one smarter habit at a time. I want you to remember that your kidneys are resilient. With the right care, they can recover strength, restore balance, and protect you for years to come. If this video helped you see your morning routine in a new light, do yourself a favor, save this video because you'll want to come back to it. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the latest science-backed insights to keep your kidneys and your entire body thriving. You're not alone on this journey. We're building a community of people who refuse to wait until it's too late, people who take action now. So take a breath, take that first sip of something that truly serves you, and take hope in knowing this every morning is a new chance to start healing. I'm Dr. Johnny. Thank you for watching, for caring, and for believing that your health is worth fighting for. Stay informed, stay hopeful, and I'll see you in the next video.